about
My name is
about
Grayson Hines. Then my freaking partner here, his name is
partner.
oh
My
shit.
name's Daniel Brooks. We're not partners.
We're
I'm
not
already in
partners,
a relationship.
for the record.
Yeah.
This is going well, I think.
Yeah, this is a pretty good start. I think this will really get people into it. Um,
All right, Dan, tell the folks at home one thing about yourself.
are we really doing this like breaking the ice classroom style right now?
Yeah, my Sam had a radio show the other day and he did this, so I'm just kind of copying him.
Oh, well, shout out to Sam.
Shout out to Sam.
One cool thing about myself, depends on if you think the military's cool, I guess. I'm in the military. Isn't that cool? No, don't include that.
Oh, cut that part. Cut that part.
Cut that out. Cut that
They
out.
can't know I'm in the
Uh,
military.
actually, though, like if I associate with the military, then like any views, I have to be like, my views in this do not are not representative of the military, the United States military.
True, 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 true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me, dear God. I'm in college for health sciences. Is that interesting? Trying to be a doctor.
No.
Does that sound pretentious enough?
Is that pretentious? No, that's like literally. Wait, why do you want to be a doctor, Dan?
Oh no, we're not doing this.
Literally, everyone I talk to that says that they want to be a doctor, they're just like, I don't know, I just really like helping people. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty standard way of saying I really want to make money and I want to use um, outward good as an excuse to that. Because if you're like I want to be a lawyer, people are like, oh, they just want to make money. But
Yeah.
if you're like I want to be a doctor, they're like, oh man, he wants to help people heal and treat people. It's like,
Hmm. True. No, that's actually
which
so true. Because people call
yeah,
lawyers bloodsuckers, but
oh yeah,
imagine you're like talking to your like in-laws, and one of them's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a doctor," and you're like, "Ugh, you fucking bloodsucker, ugh."
oh what's wrong with you,
I
dude?
treat kids
I
with
bet you
cancer.
treat
Ugh.
people for diseases. What's wrong with you?
They're like, I work with kids with cancer. Ugh.
Yeah, wow, I bet you help families heal. Wow.
Oh man. Oh
What
dude, have
about
you
one
seen that
fun fact
meme?
about you?
Oh wait, hold on. Have you seen that meme? It's like the thing where it's like Kanye West staring directly into the camera.
Yes,
And it's
I know
like
exactly what you're talking about.
it's like doctors waiting on the family to stop crying over their dead kid to tell them that their hospital bill is $75
Terrible.
billion.
Oh my God. American doctors. American doctors.
America.
Yeah.
True. One
What about
fun
your
fact
fun
about
fact about?
me. Um, I have a poster of Saturn devouring his son hanging in my room.
Yeah, make
Next,
sure in post you include in the editing a picture of that poster.
okay, I'll take a picture of my posters because right next to it is a fucking Super Mario Bros. 3 poster.
I think that'll set the tone for the podcast.
Yeah, that should be our like our cover art. It's just that picture.
Yeah, everybody has a podcast. Episode 1: Saturn devours his son.
Episode 2, Why I Love Nintendo.
Oh my God.
Oh
All
man.
right. So what
All
kind of
right.
topics we got today?
I thought you were bringing them.
All right, I'll bring it in with a hot topic. It's pretty
Hot to
random.
hot hot topic. Why would we go there? I'm not in middle school.
Yeah, sorry, your audio cut out or something. I don't think that came through. Maybe you should just not repeat that.
You're right. You're right. You're right. My fault. My fault.
Um, okay, so this is I one, this is pretty late for it, and two, this is like I'm like the worst source for it because one, I don't have TikTok or any other type of social media, but Basically,
Wow, just
there's
flex
this.
your lack of social media. What are you off the grid or something, Dan? Damn, that's crazy.
No, that's a song by Kanye West. I just deleted my social media apps.
That is a good song though.
Yeah. Anyway, um, so there are these two TikTokers, TikTok influencers, TikTok whatever. One of them, his name is Jack Wright, and the other, her name is Sienna May. And if anybody's actually listening to this, I'm sure they already know what I'm about to talk about. But basically, there's this video of Jack Wright, and he's hanging out with his friends. Sienna May is there, one of his friends, and he's like passed out on the couch from being so drunk, right?
Uh-oh.
And his arm is like on his friend, but he's knocked out completely.
Straight
And
up.
this girl, Sienna May, comes over to him and she starts to make out with him while he's passed out, and she's grabbing his crotch.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Uh, wait, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, I am.
Anyway, it became this huge thing because she didn't face any charges for it, and she 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 said she so a lot of people there was it caused an uproar, and a lot of people were like really mad at Sienna for this, and a lot of people were not mad at Sienna for this, and so mainly, actually, ironically, the main group of people that were defending Sienna and they were kind of bashing Jack were guys. Guys were like bashing Jack because
I
they
was
were
about to
like,
say that's not
"Yo,
surprising at all.
yeah, no, no, no." So they were bashing Jack. They were like, "Yo, she's so hot. You should be happy. You're so lucky." Blah blah blah. Um, basically, so Jack. I think this was a couple months ago. But Jack comes out with a YouTube video like 2 weeks ago or like a week and a half ago, basically explaining the situation. And
Mm.
literally the dude can't it's like 17, 20-minute video. The dude can't get through it without crying like multiple times. Like he is destroyed by
What?
this. Yeah, dude. What do you mean what?
I mean, I get feeling like
So
gross, but
Well, listen, listen. So
that's
it wasn't
wild.
just that, right? So it started off a long time ago when Sienna and him first became friends, and
Uh-huh.
they were recording TikToks together. They went to high school together. They reconnected through TikTok, and then they were recording TikToks together. They were doing a bunch of stuff, and they had just recorded one, and he was like chilling on the bed on his phone, and she like walks into the room completely naked, and
Like the
she like gets
freaking
on
like
top
the
of him.
challenge. Oh my goodness. Like the drop the towel
Well,
challenge.
uh, anyway, she straddles him and she's like trying to kiss him, and like the whole time he's like, no, Sienna, no, we're just friends, I don't want this, no, Sienna. And he doesn't want to like throw her off of him, because
Mm.
if he does he feels like it's just gonna like completely flip on him, so he feels like trapped. It feels like he can't do anything about it. So eventually he like basically just he does his best to like push her off of him without being too rough, and he like walks out the room, and that was it. And then it happened like multiple times. Like he moved out and she like started showing up at his house and like learned his door code, and she would just show up in the middle of the night and like get into bed with him, and he'd like wake up sometimes with her hand down his pants, and it was like crazy. It was crazy. Eventually it
Wild.
and like it these things would happen and she'd apologize like the next day and he'd forgive her, and then it would just happen all over again, and he fell into this loop that he felt like he couldn't get out of, and it felt like he said he felt like he said he felt like he was being gaslit because every time he would confront her about it, she would just be like, oh, then why did you decide to be friends with me? Why are you nice to me? Why are you not mean to me then? Why don't you just cut me off already? Like she was blaming him for it, and basically this is all sum up. Eventually it leads to now Sienna's family and his family, they got lawyers involved, there's a court case going on, um, and in response to all of this drama, Sienna decides to drop an apology video, right?
Of course.
And if you understand any kind of influencer apology videos, air quotes, they aren't always great, but this one, oh my god, does this one take the cake? Holy crap. I wish I could show you, but I mean, obviously, we're just doing audio.
How long is it?
I think it's like 3 minutes, and the problem is she deleted it because it was so bad. So the only reason I saw it is because I was watching Charlie Moist Critical go through it, and he watched it on stream, and he uploaded a YouTube video with it. So she starts off the video with like, she's like, for the last month, there's been a lot going on. There's a lot of bad things happening, and I deleted TikTok for a month, and I could definitely say it was the hardest month of my life. And then she like goes into how I don't remember exactly what it was just because the end caught me off guard so much that I just completely forgot everything. But she basically blames Jack again, and then she does this. You ever seen any interpretive dancing?
Uh, Not really, but like kind of.
She does this interpretive dance for anybody who feels hurt out there, and she does it to Sam Smith's um um I'm young, I didn't do anything wrong or something. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like trying to find it, and I'm just like getting angry looking at all the thumbnails.
Yeah, so Sam Smith Young is the song. One of the lyrics, Jamie, can we pull that up? Jamie, one of the lyrics.
Jamie, get on that shit.
So the final lyric in the final lyric in the chorus, final two lines are, "I've done nothing wrong, I'm young." And it's just the worst song to use, alongside the fact that she's doing an interpretive dance to blame Jack Wright.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I had wanted to talk about, even though I'm super late on it. I just thought it was so bizarre. And if I could show you the video, ooh, God, it's
Honestly,
just
one of the first things I
pain.
thought of when you told me about that is the South Park episode where it's like the Ike falls in love with his teacher or whatever. And then, have you seen this?
Um, n- no,
You don't know what I'm talking, dude. So it's like,
I
you know
can probably
Kyle.
assume what it is. Yeah,
So like Kyle has this like baby brother named Ike. He's like 3 or something.
yeah,
And and Ike gets into like a serious relationship with his like teacher, his like kindergarten kindergarten teacher. And
yeah,
so Kyle finds out about it and he loses his mind. And so he goes to the cops. And he's like, my teacher is like, having sex with my sibling. And they're like, "What? What's going on? Like, are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's like my little brother." I'm like, "Wait, was the teacher a girl?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they're just like, "Nice.
yeah.
Nice."
My God. Yeah, so another thing was like the people that are involved, since it's TikTok and since it's so public, everybody likes to be involved and have an opinion over something that, should generally, I feel like, be a more personal thing that they should handle on their own.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people involved, like some of their friends and stuff, shared videos and things on like Twitter and everything. So people had to say something because people can't go without speaking on every subject, sort of like us right now. Um, but
Yeah. Thanks for roping me into that.
yeah. Um, no, anyway, so um, there are two groups of people. They're like the people who support Jack. It's really nobody's really supporting Sienna. But either people are supporting Jack or they're bashing Jack, and Sienna's kind of getting off scot free. Um, So I don't know. It's a strange situation. I honestly have no personal um, ties to it or like strong feelings towards it, but I just thought it was interesting.
Hmm. So what you're saying is you want us to just shit on Sienna May now, since no one else is.
No, no, no. I wasn't saying that at all. Actually,
Okay, cool.
I like I said, most of it's pretty public, but I feel like that's probably something you figure out between two people rather than figuring it out with the entire world watching,
Yeah,
or at least a fraction of the world.
that's my thing is like they're getting like lawyers involved and everything. It's like, I'm not gonna like this dude, I think objectively has been like continuously like harassed, like sexually harassed
Yeah,
by CNMA. Like I think there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But to me, it's like, do you need to get lawyers involved, or can you just like stop hanging out with her, you know? And I mean, I guess if she was like literally like showing up at his house uninvited, like that's when you get lawyers involved and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that was a bad take.
yeah. I mean, you kind of disproved yourself, so I think that's kind of the definition of a bad take. It's
Yeah.
when you start the take and then you're like, actually, never mind, completely forget I said anything.
I started my sentence with I think this, and then I ended it with actually that's not true at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sucks, man. I don't know what to tell you. I just like I
yeah,
do agree with you though. Like stop making it so public.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which they did stop making it so public. It's just because their friends like showed like posted videos and stuff. Everybody started forcing them to like have like a video come out about it and talk about it or whatever, which I feel like is like really really bad to do, especially when somebody's dealing with a lot, is to force them into telling you everything. And it's like, I don't know, that's just such a terrible way to let someone cope, you know?
Mm,
I feel like a lot of people don't think about that. But Jack acknowledged it in his video too, how the reason he hadn't said anything yet was he was just trying to deal with everything.
yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, I was talking to my roommate yesterday, and remember how the other day we were talking about things like Beethoven and like Mozart and things like that? Like people will never master a craft the same way they did
Oh yeah.
and have as much influence over something like that.
Mm,
So I was talking to my roommate about it, and he brought up a good point that we didn't mention about how, like, we talked about how nowadays you can have like you can be good at something, but there's so many different distractions, like technology wise, and then like just the complications of overall like living um, in a country of today, I guess, and like dealing with things like taxes and all the other like small things. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, he brought up a good point about how because there's so much to do now, as far as like technology or like different skills you can have and the abundance of knowledge, it kind of kills the passion in people who like one or you have to be extremely talented. Let's take playing piano for example. You have to be extremely talented naturally at playing piano and then also practice constantly in order to become as great as Beethoven or Mozart. Like that's what they did. Like Beethoven literally went deaf from playing so much.
was it actually
Um,
from playing so much, or I
I'm
thought he
pretty
was like something
sure. Here, let
else.
me fact check myself
Yeah, Jamie, pull that shit up.
first. Exact cause of his hearing loss is unknown. Okay. Well,
Oh, there you go.
anyway,
Unknown. I hear
either
that's getting
way,
a lot of people
even
these days.
even after he went deaf, though, he was still playing. Like, I feel like as soon as somebody nowadays went deaf, they would just look for something else to do. You know
I
what I
feel like
mean?
they would go crazy and like paint a bunch of dark paintings on their walls in
Yeah,
Spain or
and then
something.
like move to an isolated house in the mountains and eventually die there alone, just to find all their paintings called
Yeah.
the black paintings.
I don't know. That's like a pure hypothetical though. Like I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'd even have like a painting of something in their dining room of like I don't know. Let's just take the poster you have, Saturn devouring his son in there or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be I feel like that would make for a good painting in someone's dining room, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be actually a pretty good poster too.
Dude, did I tell you about that when my parents' friends came to visit and they were giving them the
Oh,
house tour?
yes. Tell me again. Tell me again.
So my parents' friends came to visit and I was just like chilling in my room. I don't remember what I was doing. I was on my computer though. And so my mom just like brings her two friends into the room and it's like they're like a married couple or whatever in like their 40s And they walk into my
Uh,
room and they see this giant poster. I'll put it on screen and like when I post this, but it's like this giant poster of this horrific, like old, like naked man devouring, like holding a smaller naked man in his hands that has like partially eaten and he's like eating it. And so they walk in my room and they just see this poster and I was just like, yo, what's up? And the mom was so uncomfortable. She's like, "Oh, like that's interesting." And then
Why would you?
the dad was like, "Is that Goya?" And I was like, "Yes, it
Oh God.
is." As a matter of
Oh
fact.
my God.
And I was like, "Yo, guess what room that painting was in?"
No way. You actually said guess what room that painting was in.
I did, cause he recognized Goya. So I was like, "Dude, you know what room this was in?" He's like, "No, what room was it?" I was like, "It was in
Oh
the
my
dining
God.
room." And I start laughing
The
because I think it's
worst.
funny. And the dad's just like, "Oh, that's crazy." The mom is just like, let's go back downstairs."
Horrified. Leave before he rubs off on us.
The dad's like, "Honey, you know what? I was just thinking about getting a painting like that for our dining room."
Oh my God. The fact that you said guess what room this was in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was I thinking?
I don't know. Maybe you should, instead of doing that, whenever you think of something to say, you should overthink it like overwhelmingly until you can no longer speak.
Sound like
And then
paralyzed
instead
with
of saying,
anxiety about what I can
yeah,
say.
either you're paralyzed, or if you do try to say something, it comes out in a jumble of three different sentences that make no sense altogether.
Oh my God. Wait, stop playing. That's like actually me sometimes. It's like,
Yeah, do you think I just came up with that? Of course I based
fuck.
it off something. I based it off both of us actually. So,
True.
fun fact, anybody listening, to our three viewers, and I'm speaking optimistically there.
No,
Um,
damn it. We can't. That's like the number one thing that every single small podcast does. It's like, oh, we probably only have like 2 viewers right now. This is
well, it's
ridiculous.
it's it's hard not to be constantly aware of it. The fact that we have never done this before, and the fact that this is the first one, it's kind of hard to assume that we're going to be getting 3,000 views per episode.
I think that's how you gotta manifest it, Dan.
Oh my God. You want to talk about manifesting real quick? Because I could go off on this.
Yeah, let's hear your take on manifesting.
Okay. So, um, manifesting is a fake science, and the true science behind it is confidence in yourself. The fact that you manifest something by saying, like, let's take because there are rules to it, just like everything. Because of course there is. Any belief system has to have rules, otherwise it wouldn't be able to be believed.
What about
So,
anarchy?
okay, well, the rules of anarchy are there aren't any, and you should not follow any.
So if you follow the rule of anarchy, isn't that but don't you make rules then that you follow?
Yeah, but if you listen, so anarchy works by if you don't follow the rules, and that's what makes it anarchy. But if you
Hmm.
anarchize the rules of anarchy, which are not to follow rules, then you're just following rules, which is not anarchy.
That's true anarchy.
Oh my,
Being a
yeah,
law-abiding
anarchy in your
citizen.
mind. Yeah, oh my gosh. You It might be anarchy in your mind. You just get admitted to a psych hospital because you're just completely insane. Um, so much cognitive dissonance would just surely make your brain implode. Anyway,
Just fry every single neuron in your brain.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Just SpongeBob office episode. Um,
Where's the name? Where's the
um,
name?
What's his name? What's his name? I got nothing on a name. Come on, baby, what's the name? We threw out his
um, anyway, so manifesting, the actual word for manifesting is confidence, because with manifesting you can't uh manifest something that's unrealistic, right? You can't just be like, man, I'm going to have huge muscles without working out at all. It's just not going to work because you have to
Well,
actually do something in order to do that.
did you know you can grow muscles if you by literally just taking steroids and not working out?
Yeah, but you're not manifesting at that point. You're just taking steroids
What's the difference?
because that's not manifesting.
I didn't realize I was talking to a
Anyway,
manifestation expert here. Okay.
yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, manifestation is usually something like this job interview that I have coming up. I'm gonna ace it. I'm gonna ace it. I'm gonna ace it. You just keep telling yourself that. And the more you tell
Hmm.
yourself that, the more confident you become in the fact that you're going to ace it. And because you're confident, you're gonna ace it. Because if you're not, if you're nervous about the job interview, you're gonna come off as nervous, and you're gonna mess up your words. You're gonna stutter and not gonna be able to speak. You're gonna give an answer to something that you don't actually believe, but you just needed to answer that quickly. But if you're confident, you're just your mind is working in a comfort zone, and you're just working naturally through the interview. They're going to see you, they're like, oh, they're a confident person. um, their answers weren't terrible, but they weren't great. We'll take them. Whereas if you're nervous, they'll be like, oh, their answers weren't terrible, they weren't great, but they were really nervous. I don't know how I feel about them. They just had an uneasy um, personality, which just kind of puts people off. But if you're confident, people are like, oh man, I like being around this person.
Straight up.
So, and I think the opposite to, in a way, to manifesting is the self-fulfilling prophecy. Or they kind of work in tandem, but the self-fulfilling prophecy is basically if you tell yourself that something's going to happen, it's going to happen just because you've told yourself that it's going to happen. Um, and in reality, it's self-fulfilling prophecy is more like the consequences of something happening are happening because you believe that they were going to happen. Sort of
Hmm.
like it's the same concept. It's just confidence in yourself.
True. But have you seen? I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was like this girl, and she was like, the fact that I just manifested last night, and it was like she like had written pages of like blank and I are going to be together, and like, oh, I love like blank loves me, blah blah blah, and she like blurred out the name, which actually was kind of impressive because it was like 100. She wrote this thing like 100 million times, and then at the end it shows that like blank was like started following you.
Hmm.
So that basically disproves everything you just said, is what I'm saying.
Right, but at that point, if you're doing that over and over and over again, I think you need to be admitted into a psych hospital. Because you know who else writes the same sentence millions of times over and over again?
Bart said in the intro to Simpsons.
Well, yeah, that, and then also people who are in their own cell in psych wards, and they write it in their own blood because they have no one to speak to.
I don't think they allow psych ward attendees access to their own blood.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
what?
Like,
Did you just say that they don't allow psych patients the permission to their own
like I
blood?
feel like if they notice that there's like blood written all over their walls, I feel like that they
Well,
would probably
right,
get put in
right.
like some
I'm
sort of
obviously I'm being facetious. I don't think people actually in psych wards. Well, I'm sure. I mean, someone has at some point. I'm sure, but
sure.
I'm not saying that just because they're in a psych ward they're going to be doing that. Just I'm being facetious.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I feel like I've been talking a lot.
All right, do you want to hear my one talking point?
You have one talking point. All right,
It's literally just a story.
sure. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I'm in this class, Dan. For the listeners at home, it's called the Hyphenated American, and it's all about like African American, like in American, Asian American, like theater stuff. Because I thought it was a film class, but it's a theater class, so we're gonna go ahead and make do, I guess. Country
Oh, so
girls
you're
make
a
do.
theater kid, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess I'm a theater kid now. No!
do
I became what I swore to destroy.
you like Cats? Hamilton?
Uh, I thought
You
you
ever
meant like
heard of
just cats in
Bohemian Rhapsody?
general. Have you seen Encanto yet? It's really good, actually. Have you heard of Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Um, Anyways, yeah, so I'm in this class, and it's kind of it's a pretty silly class, but so we're reading like old African American like theater plays right now. And so she had us so the other day she's like, "All right, let's do like a reading of part of this play." And all of the characters are like black men from the 1920s, and they
Mm.
very much talk like it in the play.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I go to Notre Dame, which is
Yeah.
so the whole class is like rich
Here,
white
wait,
kids with
real
like,
quick, real quick. Let me look up
yo,
the demographic of Notre Dame.
please do. And there's like two like black kids in there, and the rest is just all like rich white kids.
Okay, so top 5% overall diversity, huh? Really? Average racial ethnic diversity. Huh, interesting. Um, one second. Okay, so it's 67.3% white. How is it in the top 5% for what top? Yeah, it's average racial ethnic
Something's not
diversity.
adding up there.
That's not right. It's got 11.5% Hispanic, 6.5% international, which, what does that mean? Uh, and then I can't even see the numbers for the rest, but Black or African American is the second smallest one, apart from other being the smallest.
Mm. Yeah, I was about to say because I feel like it's like that SpongeBob meme where it's like Squidward's walking to work and SpongeBob's like sliding against the glass. Like that's how it is. Like that's how it is with, like
Whenever you
black
see
people
somebody
on
black
campus.
on the campus.
Man.
Oh my God, do you listen to Tyler the Creator? Do you like Kanye West, Lil Uzi Vert?
Dude, I went to a party and they played Lil Uzi Vert and I was like genuinely floored. I was like, where am I? Is this still Notre Dame?
Tell me about that. I was confused too.
Like what the
Like,
heck, dude?
how many years you been going there? And it's the first time you heard Lil Uzi at a party?
But then again, I'm like pretty lame. I know like three people on campus.
Yeah, but I mean, how many cool people are there on campus?
Oh, dude, you want to hear a crazy story actually? Now that I've like
You were in
fully
the
interrupted my
middle of
other
another
story.
one, but
I
yeah.
know, that's the problem. All right, I'll tell this one
Finish
real
the
quick.
first one.
Well, I
Okay.
was gonna okay, wait. I'll let
Yeah.
me tell this one real quick. So, so I'm at this party the other night, and it's like my friend's birthday party, and she's like Filipino,
Hmm.
so she's like a member of like the Filipino club. So there's a bunch of like Filipino girls at this party,
Right.
and so I'm drinking like a rum and coke or whatever because that's my thing, and
Of
um
course.
and I'm like I've been there like a good I don't know like in a good like 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm walking around. I'm going to talk to my friend Sam, and this girl stops me and she's like excuse me, that look kind of looks like you're still on round one. And I was like it's because I am still on round one. And she's like, oh wow, like that's so lame, like I'm on round like three over here, you need to catch up. And I was like, and she was like, yeah, I bet there's like not even any rum in there too. And I was like, actually,
What?
it's like
No.
90% rum and like only like this. I hold up like a little like, you know, little like pinch my
Yeah,
fingers
a
to
little
show how
pinch of
little Coke is
fingers.
in
Yeah.
there. I was like, there's
Yeah.
like this much Coke in there. And she was like, I don't believe that. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize you were standing right next to me when I poured it. That's crazy. I didn't see you there.
Oh my
And she's like, wow, you
gosh.
didn't see me because I'm a person of color. And I was like, okay, stop. We're not doing this. We're not
Oh
doing this. We're
my
not doing this.
gosh.
And she's like, no, no, no. You're a racist. Like super loud. She's
Oh
like,
my.
you're a
Oh
racist.
no. Oh
And
no.
I was like, okay, you win, you win, you win, you win. And I was like, no. And Sam hears her like yell that I'm a racist, and he comes over
Oh
because
no.
he's
Does
like
he
Sam.
white
So he's
knight?
he's no, he just like he's like worried that like I actually said something racist for some reason. So he's like, oh my God, what happened? What did he say? I was like, this is
You're
not
like
fair. She's
you're
lying.
like expected to be racist. Which-
Because this guy has so little faith in me. He's like, oh, Grayson,
yeah.
it's only a matter of time. This guy. Yeah. But luckily,
All
I
right.
was I
One
managed to
second.
de-escalate the situation.
All right. This is a good break point. Hold on. I'm gonna open my window. It's hot in here.
straight up, straight up.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Dance a pussy? Nice.
All right, let's keep going.
Oh yeah, so back to my other story. So I'm in the so it's like a bunch of white kids and so she's like, all right, so like, who wants to read for like this part? And nobody's raising their hands because no one wants to read out loud
Yeah, I wonder
in this
why.
play. And so she's like, who wants to read for the part of slow drag? I was like, dude,
Oh
I
no.
look like slow drag to you? Do you see my fucking skin tone?
I can
So I
show you my
obviously,
Pokemon cards if you want more proof.
dude, actually, yeah. So people raise their hands. Of course, the black kids don't raise their hands to read, which means it's all white kids reading. And so then we
Oh
start
no.
reading, and most people are like doing very stilted, like it's very, very like. And then I says to him, I says,
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah,
and so,
monotone and
yeah, very monotone, very like, not trying. And this one kid is like, I'll show you what acting is.
oh
And
no.
he goes hard. He's like, now y'all listen here right now. I said,
Oh,
I was like,
oh,
dude, I was trying
oh.
so hard not to laugh. I was holding it in so bad. And I'm like looking around if anyone else thinks it's as funny as I do. And this girl across the room, her face is bright red. She's trying
Oh,
so, and so now I'm like really trying hard not to laugh because
no,
that's only
no.
making it funnier. And then he gets to the part because of course it's about black people in the
Yes,
1920s. So
yes.
there are tons of N-words in, in this play.
No,
And so he
no.
gets to the N-word and he's like, "What you think about that, my neighbor?" Dude, I couldn't hold it in. I let out a ha! My friend Justin is sitting right next to me and he hears me laugh. And so then he just starts like chuckling to himself.
Oh no.
He said
Oh my
neighbor.
gosh. Oh no. Dude, theater kids are a different breed.
He said
Oh.
it, dude. The freaking, oh my God, this the one of the black students was sitting like two seats down from me, and I like checked over on him, and he was just like shaking his head.
Dude, you imagine how much he's gone through this at Notre Dame? You imagine?
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
It's like all the like
uh,
diversity clubs where they're like, "Are you black and you go to Notre Dame? Like, come join us! Join us! Tell us your story!" It's like,
please,
calm down.
please,
Please, I'm begging you.
please. I swear we're not racist. I swear. We're doing our best.
God.
Man, why is that a class?
Because it's required too. That's the kicker is I'm required to take a class like that.
Mm, man,
Uh,
you couldn't have made a better selection.
listen, every this was like the easiest one out of all of them.
Okay,
That's all I would
that's
care
fair.
about. Plus, it's
That's fair.
really, really funny being in this class.
Yeah, I mean, that story alone is good enough to be proof to stay in it.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I can't wait till we get to
Yo,
Asian
what's up, my
American theater.
neighbor? Oh my gosh, yeah, with all the Asian hate and stuff.
Dude, we're
Dude,
gonna
that's
get
such a
there, and I pray to God that guy
eggshells,
volunteers
dude.
to read. Can you imagine?
Dude, that'd be awesome. Um, yeah, I feel like as soon as you, how did that get? How did? I can't even speak right now. Just so many thoughts in my brain.
Dude, and the
How did that
teacher at the
become a
end,
class? How did it get approved as a class? How did it like? How is it still a class?
I don't, dude, the teacher at the end, she was like, "Oh, good, like very good reading, guys. You did really great. Like, and I really appreciate how you guys like replaced words that you didn't feel comfortable with, or if like you just didn't say them, like that is totally fine." And I was like, what do you want me to do if I do feel comfortable saying it? Like, I highly doubt you're gonna encourage me to like
Well,
hard say it.
yeah, I don't know. What if they did? Like, well, they probably won't encourage you to say it, but they probably wouldn't discourage you from saying it
Yeah, I feel like they technically couldn't like
because
prevent
it's
me from saying
theater.
it. Yeah.
Like, because they still say it in like movies and stuff, and they're like, they want it if they want it to be authentic, then I'm sure they'd be like, well, he said it. It made me uncomfortable, but I mean, it's theater, so what
Yeah,
can you
it's
do, I
like that
guess?
the thing where like high schoolers from the South, or like white country kids from the South, when it's their turn to read like Huckleberry Finn in class today. They're all excited. Finally.
Oh man, they say it with vitriol, dude.
They pause before, take a deep breath in.
Yeah. I've been waiting for this moment.
The teacher's like, all right, hey, hey, actually, we're gonna skip this one. We're gonna skip this one. He's like, you
Ah.
can't, it's already in motion. You can't stop it.
Dude,
He stands up.
have you seen that video of this dude? He's doing a bit where he's like this dude is muted and like how you mute a TV
Mhm.
and this he's like, "Man, where's the remote? Where's the remote? Where I can't find the remote." And then this dude walks in and he has the remote. He's like, "I found it. I found it." And he unmutes him. He's like, "Yes. Yes, I can finally speak. Finally. I can say the N-word." And then he's like, "No, no, mute him." He's like, I'm trying, I can't." And he's like, "Nah." He's about to say it, and the video cuts out.
Damn, I actually
Oh
have not seen
man.
that one. That's funny though. Dang.
Ugh. Anyway, we need a good segue,
Segue, Paul Blart.
dude.
Have you seen Paul
Okay,
Blart? Oh.
okay. We're not talking about Paul.
No.
When did Paul Blart come out? Let's check. Let's see how
2008.
dated
I'm
of a
calling it right
reference
now.
that is.
2008. I know me, my Paul
So the
Blart.
first one, the first one came out in 2009.
Oh, fuck. Dude, come on. You gotta give me that. Come on.
It's pretty close. It wasn't anything like what was the one I called out came out in 2008? Can't even remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. How many years ago was that? 13 years ago? God.
Something like that. All right, what's your segue then?
So my segue was I was looking for things to talk about. I looked at the water that I'm drinking. It made me think about because I'm using a filter, the Brita filter to drink water.
Mm,
Made me think about that time we went to watch Godzilla versus King Kong. And one of the lines in the movie was that like conspiracy theorist dude talking to Eleven and her friend, the dude from Deadpool 2. Um, and he was like, "Do you guys drink tap water?" And 11 was like, "No, no, I always filter it." And then the dude was like, "No, I drink tap water." And then they both look at him like he's crazy, and they're like, "We
yeah.
can't trust him."
Tap or no tap?
No tap.
Excuse me, what is tap?
Water. They put fluoride in it. Learned it from the Nazis.
Theory is it makes you docile, easy to manipulate.
Oh, I drink tap water.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Dude, the first time I heard that line, I was sitting right next to you. You were like, "Oh my God, there's no way he just said that." What a okay, look. I didn't look. I'm gonna be honest. Godzilla versus King Kong. You don't go see that movie for the writing, okay? If you do, you're a film major and you should probably look for other things in movies rather than just good writing. Not calling out anybody specific there or anything.
Sure.
Um, but when they said that line, I'd completely checked out of any dialogue that was happening in the movie.
Like 2 minutes later, like, whoa, what happened? Where am I?
Wait, Godzilla and King Kong, they're fighting again? Oh, sweet.
No, it's just the first 90 minutes of exposition and build up before the actual fight. Don't worry, Dan, you didn't miss anything.
Mhm. Oh, thank God. Speaking of
Did
exposition and build-up, you want to talk about a good movie that has four letters and it's starring America's sweetheart?
Dune?
Yes, sir.
Wait, really?
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh my God, wait, that was it?
Oh, yes. That was the whole topic. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about a different movie.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, you
Oh.
nailed it. You
Who's
act like
America's?
after all this time, you think you don't know me well enough to know like everything that I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Is America's Sweetheart Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah,
True. Yeah, that's actually
yeah,
kind of true.
yeah. I think we've talked about this movie a lot, but it is such a terrible movie. It
Yeah,
is
all right, let's
really,
this
really
will be
not
our
good.
we shit on a popular movie segment. This is our new segment.
Okay.
What should we call it?
Um, movie mayhem. That's pretty not taken, right? I don't think anybody's
Movie
called
May.
anything that.
Movie Madness. Whoa!
I don't know. I don't
We'll
even
think
know
of
if we
something.
need to call it anything.
Yeah. Ah, damn. Wait. I gotta like. If I knew this was gonna be a segment, I definitely would have pulled up like a quick rundown of Dune. I mean, first things first. I mean, it's just like another space politics movie. Like, holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That was one thing. I didn't get anything about it at all with like respect to politics and stuff.
they were like, yo, what if we take Star Wars and take out like literally every part of it that people like and just leave in the sand and the space politics? And that's Dune.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually.
Actually true.
Actually so true.
Actually so truing myself because it's so true.
Yeah, that movie, I didn't follow it at all. Did you see the Among Us reference in it?
Was there like actually an Among Us reference, or just someone said the word imposter and people laughed for like 5 minutes afterwards?
Um, no, there was like a thing in a spacesuit that looks kind of like Among Us, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Among Us in Dune."
Oh, that's so obnoxious. I just looked it up. Oh well.
Are you looking
Yeah,
at the one with the top text, bottom text?
I don't even know, man, to be honest with you. That's gonna be a bitch to find it when I'm editing, though, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, anyway. Um, so I think a big problem with it is it's one of those movies you talked about like the space politics and all that, but it's also like that typical teen coming of age story in a dystopian future kind of thing.
He's
And
the
I feel like
chosen one,
those,
Daniel.
yeah, I feel like those peaked and also dropped off all in like the span of 2 years in like in our eighth grade year of middle school, which
True.
that was what year was that for any age demographics we might have?
Dude, did you ever read the Maximum Ride books?
No, but I'd probably try to just because everybody I saw in middle school was holding one at some point.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, I fucked with them. They were pretty awesome.
Yeah. Did you ever read Daniel X?
No.
Yeah, I had a little bias towards reading it just because his name was Daniel, but I was actually a huge fan of it because he was like this alien that came to Earth, and he was supposed to be like Earth's protector, and his
Hmm.
parents died, and he like well he's Earth's protector, but he's more of like a bounty hunter for like the most wanted alien criminals in the universe.
Sure.
And his parents died fighting like the most powerful or like second most powerful one, and he somehow survived miraculously, and he has like shape shifting powers
He survived through
and
the power of
legit
love, probably. Anyway, sorry.
he's he has shape shifting powers, and one of the ways he actually beats one of the enemies is shrinking into a tiny bug, flying into their ear, and then um, shape shifting into like an elephant or something, and then
Oh my
just
God.
completely blowing their head off. Yeah, it's really, really good writing. But um, I feel like books with that like kind of story where they're like chosen one, like Harry Potter is a good example.
Yeah.
Uh, all those books kind of popped off and fell off all within like 2 years.
Dude, you know what you just reminded me of though with the shape shifting?
What?
Did you ever read Animorphs?
Dude, I didn't, but my grandma got me like three of the Animorph books. I never read.
Dude, those books went hard. That was I
What are
was
they
talking about.
about?
It's about like this. It's kind of honestly, it's like similar to like Green Lantern story where like a space alien like crash lands and he has like the ability to like change into any animal he's seen.
Hmm.
And then he like but like there's like this evil alien race of like slugs that have like mind control powers or something. And so then he stumbles across this like group of like six kids and he's like, "Yo, gang, take my animorph powers." And they're like, "That's what's up." And so then they like have to fight these like alien slug things, which I don't remember what they're called. Um, Hold on, I kind of want to look it up now. But the catch is they can only morph into an animal for an hour, I think. I think it's an hour. And then if they stay in the animal for longer than an hour, then they're stuck that way.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, I always like superpower stories that have a weakness, like a very strong weakness to them.
Yeah, and
I
there
feel
was
like
one kid. Oh fuck, what was his name? Wait, sorry, continue.
I feel like stories like Superman and like Captain Marvel fail because they don't have a weakness. Well, besides Superman having kryptonite, but like that's his one weakness. And it doesn't present a threat all the time, but even when it does, it's just the same writing over again.
Yeah,
So the story it falls flat pretty easily.
yeah,
Whereas somebody like I don't know. I guess Batman's a good example because he's very popular, but also he's literally just a man, and he has Deus Ex Machinas just because of all the gadgets and stuff, but he is still a man and he can't like outdo what his body allows him to.
yeah. No, I'm Batman's my like Spider-Man for you, I think. Even though it's
Hmm.
like it's kind of ridiculous. It's like kind of stupid because I recognize that Batman has like insane plot armor, and it's like it's like who would win in a fight, Superman or Batman? But Batman has like an hour to plan.
Yeah, it's like, dude, shut up.
Batman with
And then
planning,
like
OP,
the problem is,
Nerf Batman.
yeah, the problem is with some Batman fans, it's like some people will be like, "Oh, he doesn't even need the hour to plan because he already planned it ahead of time." And it's like, "Oh, dude, please just like work within a hypothetical for once, please. We're
Yeah,
just doing this for fun. Like you don't have to go so hard in the paint. We're just talking about a fight between two fake characters."
straight up. Yo, what's your favorite story from the Bible? Have we talked about
Oh,
this?
this is are we tackling religion on the first episode?
We could save it for the next one. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's what we'll do. That's how we end it because we're almost at an hour anyways, and
Yeah,
ain't no way people listen to a full hour of us talking.
true.
So next episode, we'll learn what Daniel's favorite Bible story is.
Yeah. I'll think about it in the meantime.
Yeah, maybe I don't put your last name in the actual episodes.
I don't
Just
know
to
if
be
it really
safe.
matters.
I don't know if it matters, but just to be safe, I'll redact it
Okay,
SP
that's
like
fine.
you're an SCP.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people get that reference.
They probably do. It's just not even if they get it, they're like, wow, that was pretty not funny, man.
Well, I feel like it's the majority of our jokes and references.
I was going
At
way
least,
too hard with the references earlier. But, like you were literally like trying to tell me this story about Sienna May or whatever, and I just like every time you said like any word that reminded me of a reference, I was
yes,
like, oh,
I know. They're like, she walked in naked and literally assaulted him sexually. Oh, like that trend that couples do on TikTok.
all right,
And I was
wait.
like, dude, listen to me for 2 seconds.
That's kind of funny. She like walks in and sexually assaults him. Oh, like the TikTok trend.
Gee, so TikTok, I love it. So good.
Dude, freaking TikTok, that's epic, man.
No, so good, so good, so cool. Also,
Wait.
I might. What?
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I was gonna be like, oh wow, like Sienna May assaulted him. You think that's cool? Wait till you see me do it,
Oh no. Oh no.
because that's how TikTok works, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, duet this TikTok that Sienna May did where she sexually assaulted her friend.
Yeah, duet this TikTok with you sexually assaulting your friend.
Dude, 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 have you seen the ones where the people are like they're like, yo, if you have a baby, duet this with your baby. I'm really, really good at making them laugh. And then like people will like duet it with their baby, and then they'll just like make a really terrible face where they're just like straining every blood vessel in their face, and they just
Yeah.
start screaming, and the baby just starts weeping, screaming and yelling. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Duet this with your baby, and I can make them laugh.
No, I have seen those. Those are awesome.
Dude. Maybe TikTok does do some good.
Yeah. No. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks for
we
listening,
actually.
everybody.
Oh, I was gonna finish off with.
Oh, no, no, no. Go
Uh,
for it.
I was gonna say we should probably like re-download or at least upload this to some sort of social media or something, like on Instagram and things, even though we deleted them.
You think I don't go
So
on Instagram every day in spite of deleting
okay,
it? That's
you know,
laughable.
okay. Well, I don't. I'll do it anyway. Yeah. So if you want to listen to more, just check in next time I post on my story on Instagram because Lord knows I'd barely do it anyway.
Straight up.
Straight up. Maybe I'll do Twitter too. Just spread my wings as much as I can.
Dude, I just deleted my Twitter.
Oh, you had
Because
one?
I had one. I followed like 4 people, and like 3 of them were YouTubers. Like, what am I doing
Nice.
here?
Dude, I'm following like 30 people on Twitter and then most of them are YouTubers or streamers, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's,
Anyway.
anyways, thanks for
Uh,
listening, everybody. Thanks for
yeah,
giving us
if
a
you listen to
chance.
this point, congratulations.
Yeah.
You don't get a reward or anything, just probably I don't know.
No, you get internet cookies. You remember that back in the day?
Let's not go into
2013.
another topic.
Okay, true, 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 true. All right.
All right.
All right.
We get into here.
All right, I guess I should stop recording, huh?